Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Extraordinary Danielle. My name is Danielle and today I'm here to talk to you about my reaction to the situation that recently happened to fashion and luxury influencer Tamara Kalinic. Now, if you don't know who she is or you don't know what happened, she is a very well-known fashion and luxury influencer. She's got a big presence here on YouTube. I will link her YouTube channel down below in the description box, and she is also very active and she has a huge presence on social media. She's very active on Instagram. Recently, she was a victim of a robbery in her Paris apartment when she was there with her boyfriend, and she lost over 300,000 euros in luxury and designer goods and handbags and jewelry. So basically, she lost everything that she owned. I watched her recent video where she shares what happened and she talks about her feelings and her reaction to her situation. I have not yet watched any other reaction videos because I wanted to sit down and share my thoughts with you before I do that, because I do have some thoughts on this. But I want to say before I go on, my thoughts, my prayers go out to her and her family, and I'm just so grateful that she's got wonderful friends and family around her, that she feels supported. And I want to say that I was very impressed by a lot of the things she said in her video and her attitude. I will link her video where she shares her thoughts and feelings in the description box below in case you do want to watch that for yourself. I can only imagine the terror, the fear, the feelings of loss, the feelings of grief, and the feelings of violation that she must have been going through and she must have been feeling while this was happening and in the aftermath of this happening. Now, although I've never been a victim of robbery or burglary, I have been a victim of assault. I have been stalked before, so I do understand the feelings of helplessness, the feelings of loss of control, the feelings of fear, and the feelings of feeling violated. And I think when a situation like this occurs, that's one of the things that really is the most challenging to deal with, is that feeling of feeling violated, having your personal space invaded, and having things taken from you that you value. Now, when I watched Tamara's video, I was really struck by her attitude and some of the things she said. I was very inspired and I was very motivated to share my thoughts because I think it's an important lesson that we can really learn. She talks about the fact that although it was devastating and although it was unbelievable and she was really obviously very upset, that she realizes that things are meant to be used and people are meant to be loved, and she was very grateful that none of her family was hurt. She was very grateful that she wasn't hurt, and she realizes that they're just things and they can be replaced. And I'll tell you, in the aftermath, when something like this is so raw and you're just right after the fact, sometimes those feelings and those thoughts don't come to you right away because you are feeling so violated. And for me, when I was watching her video and hearing about the story, it's not just the fact of everything that was taken from her and everything that was stolen, but also the fact of feeling violated, that someone has come in without your permission to your personal space. Your home is supposed to be the place where you feel the most comfortable, where it's your haven, where you feel safe. And then when you have a situation where you have people coming in and they're invading your personal space and violating your privacy as they are taking valuable things from you, that in and of itself is devastating. And I can only imagine, being the type of influencer that she is, she already lives kind of in a glass house because people are watching her, people are speculating, people are judging. And one of the things when I watched her video that really made me cringe and really made me sad was the fact that she said although she found a lot of support in her online community, there was also a lot of backlash. Some people that made comments like, "You deserve what happened," and "I'm not surprised it happened," and "You were careless, you were posting where you were in real time." And she talks about the fact that she wasn't doing that. And although I realize that I don't have the same level of influence by any means that Tamara has on YouTube or on social media, I still know what it feels like to be the victim of judgment, be the victim of scrutiny. And that's part of the reason that I started this YouTube channel. I started my first YouTube channel back in March of 2020 when I lost my job. I work as a personal trainer and my gym closed because we were quarantined, and I was looking for something to do, and I started a motivational YouTube channel. And at that time I was really on the fence. Did I want to start a fashion and luxury YouTube channel because I really have an interest in that, or should I veer the route of motivation because that's what I do in my job a lot and I really believe in that as well? And ultimately, initially I started a motivational YouTube channel because I felt more comfortable doing that. I had found in my personal life that as I started to grow an interest in luxury and designer items, I had gotten a little bit of judgment and a little bit of scrutiny from people in my personal life. And maybe this was because I wasn't always into luxury. In fact, I just developed an interest and a love for the luxury community probably in the last 2.5, maybe 3 years. So it's pretty recent for me. And one of the things that really struck a chord with me in Tamara's video when she talked about the fact that people think that she's materialistic or that she's really snobby or that all she cares about are luxury items or material things. And she talks about that that's not the case at all, but for her, part of it is that it represents hard work. It represents how hard she's worked. This is her job. This is her chosen career field. This is what she's chosen to do for work. And so that's what she does. And whether or not you agree with someone's career choice, whether or not you agree with someone's lifestyle, you have to respect the fact that this is what they chose. And if it's not something that you're interested in or not something that you enjoy, that's fine, but that doesn't make them better or worse than you, and that doesn't make you better or worse than them. It just makes you different. And I wonder if a lot of the mean-spirited comments and DMs came from people that might have heard about our situation but really aren't involved in the luxury community, really don't have a love for luxury. Because personally, I can't imagine someone that really loves luxury responding like that. And like I said, that's part of the reason that I eventually started my luxury and fashion channel on YouTube, because it is a hobby and because I did feel a level of judgment in my personal life, because like I said, I wasn't always interested in this. In fact, there was a time in my life when I was homeless. There was a time in my life when I didn't have any money, and I could never have thought that I would ever be able to afford to buy anything in the luxury community, nor did I have an interest, because that just wasn't where my head was at the time. So I feel really blessed, and I feel really proud of myself too, because I have really over the years been able to raise myself out of a situation of poverty through hard work, and I've gotten to a point in my life where I can enjoy and afford things now that I years ago could never dream of owning or even looking at. For me, a lot of my luxury items that I've purchased, that I've obtained, really represent to me my hard work. It really represents that you can come from a place where you are literally homeless, but you can get to a place where you work hard and you're able to obtain these beautiful items that you can enjoy and look at and love and wear when you feel comfortable and when you're ready to do that. But even if I don't wear them a lot, owning them and being able to use them when I want and being able to look at them really represents my hard work, and it represents that you can do whatever you set your mind to. And just because you are in one situation in life, just because you have one certain set of financial circumstances, doesn't always mean that you have to stay there. It doesn't always mean that it's always going to be the way your life is. And my bag collection to me does represent that, and it makes me happy to see that I've had a level of personal and financial growth that I can be proud of. And honestly, since I've started this channel, I can tell you that I've made some friends, and I've really found a level of support and engagement that has been just a joy to me. I've really, really enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys so much for your engagement and so much for your encouragement. It means so much to me. And in watching Tamara's video, she talked about the fact that she hasn't yet cried over the situation, but in her video she started getting teary when she talked about the support she's received from everyone on social media, everyone on YouTube, from her family, from her friends. And she talked about in this situation realizing that she's a really strong person and really finding her strength. And she talked about the fact that she can and she will rebuild her life and work to obtain the things that she lost, and they're just things, and she believes that she can do that because she's a hard worker, she's successful, and that's something that nobody can steal from her, nobody can take away from her. And I think that's such a good thing to remember. You know, we have these things that we enjoy, that we love, that are beautiful, but they don't define us. They're not who we are. Our identity should not be wrapped up in the luxury goods that we have or the amount of things that we have, but rather our identity should be really defined by the type of person we are, what our core values are, what we value, what our character is like, what our integrity is like. Watching Tamara's video really reminded me to place the importance in my life on my core values. I need to stop and really think about my priorities and really remember that that is what defines me and that's what's important. And the rest of this is just stuff. To be thankful that my family is healthy, to be thankful that we're safe, and to be thankful that we have a very close-knit and healthy relationship and we really, really love each other, and that I've got a great group of friends that I can count on, and I'm so incredibly blessed for that. I did a video series on my motivational channel where I talk about goals. I will link that down below and above in case you do want to watch that. And I talk about how important it is to set these goals and the steps of doing that, and how important it is to leave a legacy and to think about the kind of legacy you want to leave. And one thing that I realized through watching Tamara's video is that she is not at all the person that some people on social media and some people that have commented to her recent situation make her out to be. She is strong, and she's not going to let this particular situation, which is horrific, ruin her. She is determined to rise above it and use it to make her stronger. So in my opinion, that's the best kind of influencer you can possibly be. Someone that influences people to really aspire to do better, to be better. And so in closing, Tamara's video really reminded me of the importance of really remembering your priorities, setting your core values, and remembering that things are just things, that a situation that you have in your life that happens that's bad is temporary, and you can rise above it, whatever that situation is. So if you are going through a situation like that, or a time in your life that is really hard right now, I want to encourage and remind you that you absolutely can rise above your situation, and you're not destined to live in that situation if it's bad forever. And again, I do just want to say that my thoughts, my prayers, and my heart definitely goes out to Tamara and her family and her boyfriend. Tamara's attitude in her devastating situation and the way that she is handling this has really been, I'm sure, an inspiration and an encouragement to so many people. And it is something that we can really aspire to if something bad happens to us, and we can really remember to be thankful for the things that we do have. So you guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. Thank you for sharing some of your precious time with me today. I will look forward to seeing you in my next video, and remember, beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself, and confidence is the most important accessory that you can wear.